Alright guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. Ranger here. Now this is gonna be my playthrough and walkthrough for Wasteland 3. Already finished the game once. I used Ranger difficulty, so that has friendly fire. That might be different from whatever mode you're playing, unless you're playing also Ranger or Supreme Jerk. I also played the game a few times just to experiment with a few things, like builds and stuff. Now, my videos are gonna have spoilers, a lot of spoilers, and they're gonna be long. Some videos might be just 15 minutes, some might be an hour or an hour and a half. I'll leave like timestamps at the description or at one of the comments, so you can just use that, click it, so you can skip through the video. I won't be wasting your time. With that said, let's get on with the video. Okay, so for this, I'm gonna go back to the Ranger headquarters. Now, before you go back, I highly suggest you save first. Me, I do a quick save, then I do my own save. This is just right after I finish the going to be my neighbor secondary mission. Now, why do you have to save first before you come back? If you receive a transmission that you have new stocks available at the Ranger headquarters, you might get like as soon as you enter near the war room or the middle area, the command center, you might see Hackett arguing with the jailer, got her name, I'm sorry, about the living space, and you need his ass and a certain amount of reputation with the Wasteland refugees. Oh. The game does, it will auto save, see? You don't really rely on auto saves, so yeah. Okay, it's been a while since I'm in here. We have
got some business for
a few people. We have the Perla, Wolfe, Reeds, these guys.
Got a proposition
little
for you,
Vegas
Rangers.
no more, huh? Probably for the best. Place with a rat's nest.
Alright, so before I get in, just a few information. Grey Wolf.
Hey,
He will ask
who's
you
in charge in
to
here?
hunt synthetics. The first one is in the museum at Colorado Springs. Second one is at the Denver airport. Here, the vending
Got a
machine,
proposition for you,
the
Rangers.
doctor. The third synthetic is you have to drive to it. It's in the mine, but you need level 2
Who's in charge in here?
protection for your Kodiak for the radiation. Then the last one is
Who's in charge in here?
I think it's the left side, bottom left, or somewhere to the left side of the map.
Got a proposition for you, Rangers.
Then you're gonna fight synthetic, 3 more enemies.
Who's in
and
charge
a
in here?
Scorpion robot, Scorpion, I forgot the name, sorry. This lady will give you a code, the Perla, she'll give you a code,
Proposition for you, Rangers.
open the door, this one. Then it's basically you're gonna have to give up
Got a
someone,
proposition for you,
a
Rangers.
slave to her. Not gonna affect the whole story, but yeah. That these two,
Got a
I suggest you
proposition
split
for
your
you,
team,
Rangers.
because they'll attack you. They'll say there's a bomb attached to them, but they're faking it, so they're gonna just attack you.
Got a proposition
Yeah.
for you, Rangers.
Here to serve.
Please, Miss Hackett. There's no reason to get so angry.
the hell there isn't. My people didn't start that fight. One of your rangers started it, and now you're telling me we gotta be the ones to give up our space?
I'm just saying, Oh, Team November. I'm glad you're here. There was an altercation in the barracks. Nothing serious. No one was hurt. Some harsh words and a shove. Sergeant Greatski's already put the recruit on latrine duty. A fair punishment.
Yeah, well, this isn't the first time your recruits have had harsh words for us Rangers. You need to get your people under control.
Greatski's recruitment efforts have gone well, and HQ is filling up. More new Rangers every day, which is great for our mission, but it also means we're running out of beds in the barracks. Rangers are having to sleep in shifts. This is leading to friction with Miss Hackett's people, who, as you know, were there first. Some of the new Rangers don't understand this, and they think of them as, well, freeloaders.
Usually, it's just snide comments, but today, one of yours started shouting that we should be thrown out of our home before trying to pull Davy off his cot.
Which is completely unacceptable behavior. Unfortunately, the problem's not going to go away if we ignore it. We need a solution before things explode.
There have been plenty. Most of your Rangers are all right with us, but there's more than a few who ain't. Calling us names as they walk past, or telling us we're on borrowed time here, in our own home.
Miss Hackett, I'm embarrassed. Part of the oath we take as Rangers is to protect the downtrodden. It hurts to hear that our recruits are failing to live up to that oath. Something must be done.
Yeah, well, we're waiting.
We gotta get a handle on this one way or the other. Enough chaos going on outside the base. Don't need it when we get home, too.
Alright, so remember when you encounter the refugees at the start, and Quan will give you a warning that the recruits may not be happy with it. So yeah, this is what's gonna happen.
Shoot!
Now, what I'm gonna say next is really late games spoilers. Gonna have to say it. Everyone at that barracks, you know, with the bed where you first saw them, they're all gonna die. What happens is at the end game, the Ranger headquarters is gonna be like a coup d'etat. So some Rangers are gonna take Angela Death's side. If you're not gonna take Angela Death's side, if you're taking the Patriarch side, they're gonna fight you. Gonna be a lockdown here at the Ranger headquarters, and everyone in that room dies. Everyone at the brig, they're alive. Yeah, so most of them will take refuge at the brig.
An excellent idea. You'll have more space, and it will keep you away from the malcontents.
What?
Okay. Fortunately, I do have Kiss as 6, but my reputation with them is neutral. So if you do go home first before doing the mission for the unwelcome guest, like the one for Mama Cotter, there's a chance you can do this. But for me, my only choice.
Guess you're right. I'll try to sell it to my people, and I appreciate your efforts to honor our deal under changing circumstances. They're not gonna like this.
Those choices are the best you can pick. It's up to you if you want to throw them out after this or for that argument, but yeah. And again, they are fortunately freeloaders in your base, But if you didn't take the Arapaho caravan, if you didn't do welcome guests, they'll be the ones who update you how you want to play this game. For now, let's talk to everyone else here. I'm not gonna do Grey Wolf for now. I am gonna do the Perla, but I'm gonna do that in a separate video. Talk to this guy.
Exceptional job settling those dispossessed masses in a new location. Bravo. I would say your reputation has improved dramatically. I haven't heard an impolite word about Team November in quite some time. Quite some time. Of course, Rangers. It would be impolite not to share such tremendous deals.
If you want to know, he does have this. It is kind of expensive. You can also get the monocle, barter, and perception. Can't remember if I already have a more. And hard as I'm gonna sell that book. Don't really have a use for it. I am gonna buy this from him. Actually, oh yeah, I already have one. Right? Yeah, I'm not gonna buy it then. But this animal whisper, we don't have one. This 7. I'm gonna come back. Tidy. Why not? Oh, I picked up one. Cheap ones, yeah, I'm gonna buy. I'm not gonna buy smoke. This one I'm gonna buy this and this. I just need to know how much I'm gonna spend for the upgrade in the Kodiak, so not now. Great. Now, in the future, once you move on with the story, you're gonna see someone named Beth here. And it's going to be a secondary mission. Once you're done with Irv, if ever you did the Don't Be My Neighbor type mission, or sorry, yeah, secondary mission. There, here, and here. So if you decide to send Irv to the Ranger headquarters, this is where you'll see him.
Hi, Rangers. Thanks again for letting me work for you. This is so exciting. I am so happy. I'm learning so much. All my life I wanted to be a scientist, but all I could do was read the books and dream. Now I can actually do things. It's incredible. He's wonderful. He's almost as smart as Dr. Finster, but without all the, evil. The world's sharpest knife, and it'll be invisible. Yes, theoretically. I can have the machine take your genetic material and run the process, but no guarantee what comes out the other end. I did make a few tweaks to the process, though, so whatever it is, it probably won't be so angry. Probably. That's probably a good idea.
Yep.
Thank you, Rangers. You saved my life.
Amber, still here.
You know all those people I was patching up downtown? There is one man responsible for all that bloodshed. Nellius Dorsey. You want to make me happy? Find him and make him pay. What do you need, Rangers? I'll do what I can. Have a seat.
Right.
I don't mind not having to clean and suture a festering wound.
The guys walking around here. You can talk to them. They won't say much, but
Good luck out there.
I'll let them. Now, if you want to check on Dell Hackett here.
Time to make this place shine.
You can go here if you want to change the appearance of your guys. You can see cheese, refugees.
You think that chicken is edible? Or will we be picking wires out of our teeth?
Hope you catch that victory kid soon. We heard.
Jail cell's better than nothing, I guess. We'll still be warm and safe from the gangs. Careful out there. It's an
Wait.
I done nothing wrong and you know it.
I know you did what you did with the best of intentions, but it still broke the laws of Colorado.
Yeah? And what else could I have done?
You could have asked for assistance, gone through proper channels.
And what channels would those be? Name one that would have helped those people.
Well,
I thought so.
Yep.
it's true. It sometimes takes the law a while to catch up with justice, but you just have to keep prodding it.
Ha! Like I'm gonna prod Saul Buchanan's carbuncled backside while there's innocent people dying out east every day. You're a good woman, Hope, but you gotta wake up.
Yeah, so you don't really have to listen to that. If you interact with either one of them while they're talking, just wanted to hear it.
Oh, now you found your compassion, you shitbags. Where the hell was your bleeding hearts before? What do you want? At least I got good If I were your one of these, just 'cause you're doing, you come here. Fuck. I hope you all, if I wasn't, ain't got nothing, pieces of shit. Fuck. I hope you all get gone. If I were you hear the glow? You come here. Get gone, piss
Yep,
for
so
brains.
her dialogue is gonna cycle without language.
Rangers. I know I advocated for freeing that fella we found locked up in here. Kinda having second thoughts now. Just something not right about him. Hope we won't regret it. Now,
I never saw that dude again. Never.
what can I do for you? Mama Cotter has been a little difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I know anyone that uncompromising about their ideals. I don't even think she's that wrong. She just went about it badly. Protecting and helping the weak and unfortunate? That is certainly a form of justice. But she did break the law so many times, and would have undoubtedly continued. I fear the marshals would have killed her for that, regardless of her good intentions.
True. So I can talk to her every time you get a new prisoner.
Good luck out there.
If you plan to get the Buchanans, they're gonna be in here. These cells are, I can't remember if someone's gonna be here. I know these are also gonna fill up. The refugees are gonna move in here. Yeah. Now,
Nice place they got
I'm gonna
here.
get back.
Classy. I think somebody pissed on the floor right here. What
Right,
kind of
so Masato
disgusting
is
animal?
here.
A thing like that? It's terrible. Huh. Why are my pants wet?
That ironclad guy, the brawler guy that Angela Death will ask you to save at the prison, Broadmoor Heights. If you decided to take him with you, or you didn't kill him like I did, he's gonna show up here. If you don't let him join your party, he's gonna show up somewhere here. But he won't show up, and Scotchmo is not gonna be here if you don't have Masato. So, yeah.
A little food will smooth over the pain of that fight with the refugees. No, not at all! There are so many wonderful people here who truly appreciate my cooking and actually chew before swallowing. There are a lot of people saying good things about the Rangers, but especially about November. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. Only the best ingredients for my Rangers. It's hard to bring Colorado together with the stomach full of bitter rations.
Now, it is good to buy these. Well fed. As long as it says well fed. Don't get this. Twisted wrists, stupid. But these are the best so far. Again, I'm not gonna buy yet. I'm gonna sell these. Don't need smokes. I can use cigars or alcohol. There. I'm gonna keep this for now. This, don't open it, just keep it. There. Let's talk to Scotchmo. Now this guy was at Wasteland too. I know I used him before. I just can't remember if it was a melee or he used a sniper or a shotgun.
Huh? Who's that? Rangers? What are you doing here? I heard you was off in Colorado or somewhere. Well, welcome back. This calls for a drink. Cheers. Oh, good stuff. Is that you, Rangers? Boy, I ain't seen you in a donkey's age. This calls for a drink. Cheers! Hey, who drank my squeezins? What kind of a place is this? What do you know? I ain't had a liver for years. You're drunk. If we was in Colorado, there'd be snow all over the place, and you'd all be wearing parkas. You gotta cut back on the squeezings.
Oh, if you wanna know who he is, just a quick background.
Come on, Rangers! You know me! It's Scotchmo! Your pal! I fought Coach Chase with you! I helped you beat all them damn robots!
He is actually strong. I liked him a lot at the Wasteland 2. Fortunately, the problem with Wasteland 2, at least for me, I always run out of ammo. Kinda hard to get ammo in that game.
You can't fool me with that stuff. I know who you are.
Yeah.
What do you mean, how did I get here? I've been here the whole time. How did you get here? You got a screw loose. Well, don't mind if I do. Cheers! But I ain't here to drink, nuh-uh. I'm here to sign up. I want to be a ranger again, just like before. I know you Rangers been going through hard times, so I'm doing my patriotic duty and offering my services as a tired and true veteran. What do you say? Hot diggity! Give me a gun and point me at the bad guys. I'm... Ready? Lead on, Rangers!
So again, you can take him with you, but you're gonna have to dismiss someone. See? Small arms. Yeah, there you go. shit, lock picking. So I have both of those. I don't, but he's gonna stay here. If you don't see him here, there's another place you'll meet Scotchmo. It's the right side of the map, Colorado, once you're driving. It's where you'll get Morning Star. Forgot the name of the place, but you'll fight some enemies. The first enemies you see at the start of that area depends if you took Brago's side or not. They might attack you. Then there's gonna be another area where you fight. So there's like 1, 2, 3 to 4 fights. Then that's where you get Morning Star. Morning Star is an AI that's gonna be at your. You can replace the AI of your Kodiak. You also have an option if you don't want Morning Star. You get a weapon, kind of weapon. But I prefer to get Morning Star because there's some equipment and weapons you can't use. You don't have Morning Stars. Yeah. Next, museum. Let's go here. So the more you progress, the more you get things here. They're gonna add things. There you go.
Enjoy the displays.
At least nothing here explodes like Wasteland 2. The button for mute or something. Stupid. Now.
Hey, November. Got a delivery for you.
Him. These are NPCs. The only ones you can talk to here is Gonzalez, Reyes, and
Glad to see you back, Rangers. Cleaned up the worst of the mess in your absence. Now, what can I help you with? An Arapaho caravaner dropped off a container full of goodies and said to thank you again for the save.
Yeah, so that's for the heads or tails mission. So if you decided to go to Dorsey, then you don't get that reward. If you decided to help the Arapaho caravans, the marshals will have like power suits and you get this, and the patriarch will also like you more.
Well, I've got friends in the marshals, the patriarch's palace guard, and some local militias. They've always got more folks wanting to sign up than they have positions for. So I asked my pals to send over everybody on their waiting lists. Now, some of these folks may be less than top grade for sure, but most will be solid recruits, ready and willing to learn. You'll have to pick and choose. Happy to tell you what you need to know. I do indeed. Some folks can't get past his brusque ways, but that's just the impatience of a man who knows what's right, dealing with fools who don't. He cares too deeply about the well-being of the people of Colorado to let political courtesy slow him down. Of course, you'll hear a lot of folk condemning him for hurting this group or that group with his decisions, but the way I see it, they should be glad it wasn't them who had to make the choice. Well, came here with my folks when I was a kid, and was a young man when Saul was trying to unite the families and make Colorado a state. I got behind him right away. He had leader written all over him, even back then. I've served at his side ever since, fighting against the monster army, consolidating power here in town, helping him expand our borders.
What Mr. Greatski means is that he played a key role in many of the Patriarch's greatest victories, and he had no small part in making Colorado what it is today.
You're too kind, Darius. Well, the fighting's never really ended. Trying to hold it all together is a constant struggle. This business with his children is just the latest in a long line of troubles. Stories? They are stories indeed these days. I've told him so many times all the truth's been wrung out of him. Ah, here's one. So, one day we were hunting monster army raiders and came upon a tin-walled shack. The people inside were shooting at us and not answering our calls to parley. Well, I got sick of that real quick and unslung my rocket launcher. But Saul, he holds up a finger, then creeps around behind the compound. Well, pretty soon we hear him smashing through those tin walls with his hammer, and then comes two high-pitched screams. A few moments later, he comes striding out, carrying a child under each arm. They'd been shooting at us because they thought we were coming to eat their dying parents. Now, I will never know how Saul knew it was kids in there rather than raiders, but somehow he did. And we brought them and their folks back to the city and helped them out until they got well again. And he's always been like that. An uncanny ability to always do the right thing. How about a monster army story? Now, I know the monsters seem like a joke now, but back then, they were terrifying. Word of their coming would send whole towns running for their lives. Well, Saul decided to take advantage of that. So we went and waited in the houses of a village that had emptied out and watched as the monsters all roared into the town square to proclaim their arrival and demand tribute like they always did. As we covered him from the doors and windows, he strode out, head high and hammer in hand, and challenged the leader, a 7-foot bruiser they called the Gorgon, to a duel. To be honest, I didn't think it was gonna work. I thought those psychos would shoot him in the back and leave us without a leader. But the Gorgon waved him down, and him and Saul went toe to toe, while us and the monsters all just watched. I'd never seen Saul torn up so bad, red from head to toe. But finally, he got in one good swing and took the Gorgon's head clean off. That's when the monster started shooting, but we still had him covered. So, we beat him to the punch. Happy to. What's on your mind? Anytime, Rangers. Always happy to tell war stories. Give me a while and I'll see if I can remember any more. In the meantime,
more stories.
I'm sure you have plenty to do.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
Now, again, another result for the unwelcome guest. If you had Mama Cotter arrested and sent here, or actually arrested, sent to the marshals or here, doesn't matter, you're gonna get Gideon Reyes. Now, the ending for this game is either you take the Patriarch side, take Angela that side, or you take over Colorado. So, he's gonna give you some hints.
It's great to be here, Rangers. I love what you've done with the place. Now, what can I do for you? Wonderfully. Thank you for asking. Your staff is so accommodating. That's what I'm here for. How can I help? That's an easy one. Do exactly what he says. Capture and hold his 3 rebellious offspring. And do it as swiftly and quietly as you can, without causing them any harm. I wouldn't say Saul loves his children, with the possible exception of Liberty, but he does consider them his to deal with. So, if you manhandle them or, God forbid, kill them, he will not be pleased, and your reward will be in jeopardy.
Some of the parts, or some items or weapons, when I say parts, the one for your Kodiak, you get it from the Patriarch. So, yeah.
Treat them with kid gloves, Rangers. kid gloves.
Let's go with these two. This will require marshals, Patriarch's marshals. You'll also require the Patriarch's marshals. If you plan to click these, he's gonna mention that.
Why would you want to? The man is a thug and corrupter, and should have no place in this city. They are fools, but unfortunately, because they own Colorado's only oil fields, we have to suffer with them. They worship a dead president as a god and walk around talking and acting like they were cowboys out of a child's picture book of the Old West. Ridiculous people. Saul should have dealt with them years ago.
One of the strongest and longest fights you will ever have in this game. Jesus Christ.
Despite the Patriarch's belief that he built Colorado on his own, he couldn't have done it without the support of the 100 families. He protects us, true, but without our money, he'd be protecting us with sticks and stones, not tanks and guns. We are the money and the power here, and the keepers of the values of our survivalist forebears. Strong alone, but stronger together, like the mountains. Anyone who intends to rule here would have to appease the families first.
That's another hint if you want to take over Colorado Springs.
A regrettable byproduct of difficult times. I wish them well, but I'd advise you not to waste resources on them. They come and go and won't be able to assist with your ambitions. Well...
Go on, Mr. Reyes. I can take it.
If you insist, Marshal Kwan. The Marshals are our police force here in Colorado Springs, but let's say their focus isn't so much on solving crime as deterring it. Most problems are dealt with using the gun and the boot, rarely the head. They're also known to look the other way if enough money changes hands. Therefore, this is a town where help from the Marshals is for those who can pay for it. Those who can't, fear them. Was that a fair assessment, Marshal Kwan? Certainly. Safe travels, Rangers.
Can we do that first?
It's unfortunate you had to house the refugees in your brig. At least it'll be familiar to them. Now, what can I do for you? Who are you interested in? He is everything you have ever been told about him, and more. A man who built a state with nothing but his bare hands and brute will. Even in his current state, he is dangerous. Indeed, I'd argue he's more dangerous now than he was in his youth. A man who is terrified of losing his place in the world will do anything to keep it. Anything. I loved him once. Worshipped him. Now I just fear him. Fear what he could do to Colorado if he continues to unravel. Who else are you interested in? Stay away from him if you can. Victory Buchanan isn't sane. He's a spoiled, homicidal brat who needs to be put down like a rabid dog.
Yep.
Not that I would condone murder, Marshal.
No, of course not. That would be illegal.
Forgive me. I shouldn't have. Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. People who spend too much time in Victory's presence don't live long. Who else are you interested in?
You do have an option to get Vic to join you. Me, I just arrest him. So.
I've always felt a bit sorry for Valor, book smart and quiet in a family where neither of those things were valued. But he grew up a peevish young man, always alert to slights, whether real or imagined. He ended up believing he was better than everyone else because he was misunderstood. That's why he stays with the Gippers, I think. They understand him. Or at least pretend to. Who else are you interested in? She was a terrifying little girl and grew up to be a terrifying woman. I have never known anyone so able to focus or so certain of their path. She believes she is destined to rule Colorado and will not stop until she succeeds. But if she succeeds, ooh, woe to us all. Colorado will become a war machine, and all us citizens merely fuel for its ever-grinding engines. Who else are you interested in?
Well, Reyes?
Well, I would say Sheriff Daisy is a woman to be both admired and feared. She is fair, but doesn't forget. And she is slow to forgive.
You can say that again.
Who else are you interested in? I wish that man had never come here. His legitimate business is the Little Vegas, a casino and brothel downtown. But he also runs a criminal empire, selling drugs, weapons, and information to anyone who can pay, including our enemies. I think the Patriarch allowed him to stay because he thought the people needed entertainment. But the Little Vegas hardly qualifies. It's a lurid pit of lost wages and despair. Disgusting. As for the man himself, he wears all the trappings of class. Fine suits, shoes, jewelry. But he's a thug at heart, no matter how hard he tries to hide it. Who else are you interested in? Safe travels, Rangers.
I'm gonna save again. Main reason
Putting the
is-
refugees in the brig was a good... Now, what can I do for you? I'm honored that you value my opinion. Go on, certainly. That's what I'm here for. How can I help?
Now, I don't think this will affect the story, but just for the sake of knowing what he'll get or what he will say.
Sadly, I don't think a peaceful transition is possible anymore, Rangers. Putting the refugees in the... Now, what can I do for you? That's what I'm here for. How can I help? You mean a transfer of power to you? Storming the palace and fighting the marshals, confronting old Saul in his throne room, because that is what it would come to. I suppose it might be possible to give Colorado the future I've been dreaming for her in that scenario, but it wouldn't be certain. It wouldn't even be likely, so I'm afraid I'd have to say no. I would not support you. Thus, if you want me to remain here and to continue giving you advice, I would advise you not to tell me if that is the course you are intending to follow. Sadly, I don't think a peaceful transition is possible anymore.
We don't like that in your game, that's why I had to save. Just quick load, and you're gonna be fine. Now, last stop is gonna be at least for this video. is gonna be armor. Well, yeah, let me go to the garage. Do more business.
How do they have our oil buried under their land?
You know, if Daisy would just let us off our chain for once.
Putting them refugees in the brig feels a bit unkind, but it's better than being out in the cold. Happy to. Take a look.
Armor. Thing. And guns. Look. There. Ammo, of course. Yeah, I've got this. Out of this, I'm gonna need to buy some rocket launcher ammo. And yeah. And the garage. There's not much to talk about.
You ever miss driving fastback?
Not much. But it was fun when I was young. Getting to see the country, getting in scrapes, off the hills for the long hauls. But it got old after a while.
Or the way things work
Too
with...
much time with my own thoughts. Too much bad food.
And let him finish talking.
Are you kidding? Bad food and worse company is what you got here. I mean, I'm great company. But wrench?
Oh, yeah, you're a little ray of sunshine. The annoying little sister I never had.
On the other hand, sometimes being alone wasn't so bad.
Alright. Now, the thing with Randy Cat is if you miss him at the bazaar, pass back on and actually mention that there's a mechanic at the bazaar I want to talk to. That's how I found out about him the first time I played the game. I have him here because I immediately went to get him. I thought I'd get to save his family, but regardless of when you get in, early or late, or when pass back mentions him, you don't get to save his family, only his sister. Here, save.
Hey, Rangers. Good to be here. We're the mechanics Gideon Reyes sent. Don't mind the mess. We're still settling in. We've had to make do with worse. In all honesty, though, this is a good space. Lots of room. Lots of supplies in reach. Give it a few more days and we'll give you a garage that'd make Steel Town go green with envy. Of course. Let's see if we can find what you want.
Right now, in terms of buying upgrades, I suggest you get this. The radiation resistance level 1, this is level 2. Now, I think it's a waste of money to get level 1 when you can already get level 2. I mean, in terms of price, it is 2 times more expensive, but since I have the money, that, then you also get some upgrade in terms of plating, armor for the Kodiak, some ornaments for the collecting type, guns you can see here. So we have turrets, it's a machine gun type. This one is cannon. So I suggest you get this. Buy this one. Sure, again, if you're into collecting, you can buy these two. I don't really see any use. The goat ornament, I'm gonna buy Ranger. Why put a goat? Do you? Yeah. Repair kits, you'll get a lot of repair kits. Seriously, you'll get a lot of them. You wanna buy some, up to you, but we have 23. So no point in bearing. And then to equip Jaban, you have to go here. Cassie. Okay. This. Open. don't forget to equip what you bought. Happened to me before. Stupid. So it doesn't auto-equip. It doesn't have like a menu once you bought something. You want to equip this now. It doesn't have that. Mortar. I know this is something you get when you have armor plating as the game progresses. AI module. Once you get Morning Star, it's going to show up here. There's going to be something at the top. Good, what else I can get for utility, but there's going to be something at the top that will give you additional radiation protection. But if there's one horn. I like this the best. I just wish there's a way to mod the looks of your Kodiak. You have a horn or clouds. So at least the look make your Kodiak look like a cloud. Like an ice cream or something. So that's it. The only missions I have left. Hostile takeover. I'm gonna go here and kill Charlie. This one, I don't think I can do this yet. It's somewhere that you need radiation protection. I do have level 2. I'm gonna check if I can do it now. I'll see. We'll see. Yeah. I'm gonna do the hostile takeover. I'm gonna do this, then the zealot. There we go. I'm just gonna buy some ammo, some guns. If there's something useful or not, then stick with what I have. If you have any questions, Wasteland 3, leave them in the comments. If you like the video and install, yeah, you can just skip using the. Thanks for watching. And